Procedure last week at Yale New Haven Hospital following a cardiac event. This episode was caused by a genetic heart issue, and Paul is expected to make a full recovery. Farrell?
Damn. You know what? You can answer this, unfortunately. With a guy that has a physique like Triple H, and he has a, what did they call it? A cardiac event.
Yeah.
Boy, it's that vague. I really don't know what that means other than something with the heart, obviously, but what? When you're a big dude and you lift weights all the time, I mean, how scary is this? I mean, how is he supposed to get back to...
It's not easy.
It's got to be
not
difficult.
Easy.
Do you think he got it from exercise?
No, I said to my wife, I'm going, well, here he is, keeps himself in this great shape. And my wife said, look, Mike, come on, stop. The guy's been juicing and gassing since his early 20s.
I would say so.
And she's right, because the heart is a muscle.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that a lot of these wrestlers
be too happy that
have a very enlarged heart, right? Because just like their enlarged biceps and pectoral muscles and their ankles and their legs, their heart is probably enlarged.
Boy, oh boy.
And
this man's not even...
Look,
50.
and this is a guy who took care of himself, right? He didn't do drugs, he doesn't drink, he doesn't do any of that stuff.
Really?
That's
I wonder.
From everything I've heard.
Okay, that's cool. He never partied back in the day with the clique. He never had a crazy night out. I bet you he probably did. He probably changed a lot of his ways once he started dating Stephanie and realized I'm going to be a McMahon. Not to make a joke of this, but I kept thinking to myself, when Triple H underwent the procedure, was there any chance his theme music hit and the doctor came in? Time to cut the game!
Oh, God. That's
just something I think about. I'm burnt. Farrell with the Coke. Too much Coke.
That is kind of...
I don't do Coke, but
do you think the doctor comes out to his own theme music?
It's time to slice the game! And how you cut him! It's time to, who knows? Who the knows? I thought it was funny. I think he's going to be fine. I love Triple H. I'm a big fan of him, and I hope he's doing well. But I am worried about him. How's he going to continue to...
Phil Descare says out there's been a rash of bodybuilders in his age group that have passed this past month.
Not surprised.
Keith Rock says Vince has been poisoning Triple H.
NXT sucks! And you screwed up Raw! And now everybody's over at AEW! Have another meatloaf. What's he doing? What's he putting in it? Thumbtacks? I'll put thumbtacks in the meatloaf.
Phil just topped you. He said after Triple H woke up from anesthesia, he spit water out of his mouth.
This is...
Oh, my God.
Boy. You and I, Phil, we're in big trouble. Going down. Anyway.
In more news, whiny Mick Foley had to chime in on why he felt the need to release WWE We Have a Problem video.
Whiny Mick Foley.
Yeah, sure. Because he's a whiny.
I bet you he's about to say something intelligent. Go ahead. Tell everybody.
He was on Pro Wrestling for Life with Sean Waltman. And he tried to explain why he felt there was a problem.
Okay.
The only deal I have with the WWE is a Legends deal, Foley noted.
Right.
They do pay people to be consultants. And if I was being paid to be a consultant, I would say the WWE, we have a problem.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I want to say this, Mick Foley. The first problem is your son's a writer. So why don't they fire him? Dewey.
Is Dewey writing Raw?
I don't know what Dewey's doing, but since Dewey joined the team, Dewey do wrong.
Yeah, if Dewey's writing Raw, Dewey be fired.
But, thank you.
Dewey be fired.
Why isn't Foley making videos? Dewey be fired.
Yeah, well, what do you expect him to? He's not going to do that.
And he goes on to say, I'm just putting myself in a place of a top-tier superstar who has a decision to make.
Right.
And I would look at how AEW has treated their recent acquisitions, and I would compare it to how the WWE has treated a few of their recent in development talent. Mm-hmm. And I would say, I don't know if I'd want to gamble to such an extent, and I'm willing to have everything I've done watered down and made a joke of.
Says a guy who went from Cactus Jack to putting a sock down people's throats.
Thank you.
Socko.
Making
a joke. Well, it depends if the joke
802
is funny.
says Dewey Decimal.
Dewey Decimal point.
Do you think Foley's like, Dewey, you done wrong tonight?
You know what I would do?
Did you write that?
You know what I would do with Dewey since he's into decimal points? I would give him pi 3.14 and ask him to figure it out. As we know, pi goes infinite. You could lock him in a room, and he'll never come
He'll
back.
never come out.
And he'll never write another script because he'd be trying to get the end result of pi.
It's pretty smart,
I
dude.
think that would be the way
That's
to go.
pretty smart.
Why not?
I still can't get the envisionment of Triple H waking up, spitting water in the doctor's face.
Good. That is with the big broom. It's time to play the game. That would be great.
But on a serious note,
yeah.
do you agree with Mick Foley? WWE, do we have a problem? I mean, look, let's play fair here.
Yeah.
Again, we discussed this. If I'm a wrestler and I've made my money already, why not go to AEW? Work once a week?
Maybe twice.
Make a couple of $1 million. Maybe twice.
Now.
No, but that's recording the same time.
This is true.
Right? So
Wow.
so maybe a pay-per-view.
Okay.
Or work for the WWE machine.
Right.
Which the WWE, by the way, infinite money if you do well.
Right.
AEW, not infinite money.
I don't care what calendar you show me. Get lost. Next.
Shingo Takagi? I don't even know that guy.
Takashi. Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm aware of him, and no, he's not in the top 10 either. Can I get a Kota Ibushi somewhere out there?
Why does he get number 9?
Because they have their stupid. You
Agenda?
think Meltzer's got an agenda? I don't know who's doing this nowadays, but Bill Apter's probably like, what on earth?
Bill Apter used to do it too, by the way. And we called him on it.
Yeah, we called
we
him on
did
it.
call him
But
on
at least
it.
he was doing Nick Bockwinkel over Bob Backlund.
Right.
Rich Swann.
By the way,
Rich Swann. Wait a minute. I don't see. There's so many people I don't see on this list. Rich Swann.
Because you got to give Impact.
You don't
got to
give anybody anything. You pick the 10 best wrestlers in the world.
But go back
Imagine
to that
concept.
Apter interview.
Yeah.
So I love that interview. I thought he did a great job.
awesome.
I thought we did a great job.
He's a gentleman.
But when we challenged him
And a scholar.
on that,
Yeah.
he kind of was backpedaling. Am I right? Talk to me on that.
I mean, look, we
Explain
were
to the fans what we were saying
Well,
to them.
back in the day, they always used to put the WWF a little less, not always, but a lot of the time, a little less than NWA and sometimes even AWA. And Bill's reasoning was as well, the territories were bigger, yada, yada, yada. And we were always like, bullshit, man, New York is the epicenter, stop it. Wow,
Finn Balor, number 8.
All right, I'm not going to argue about Finn Balor, but I don't think that he's had a top 10 in the last year to be in the top 10.
Will Ospreay, number 7.
Will Ospreay's effing great. I have nothing bad to
see
say
you right
about,
there.
I have nothing bad to
Number
say about
6,
Will Ospreay. He's amazing.
John Moxley.
I have nothing bad to say about that either.
Kota Ibushi, you were just calling his name.
Well, that's what
number
I'm
5.
saying. Kota Ibushi, fine, but man, oh man, I can think of like so many others. Kota Ibushi's amazing.
Drew McIntyre, number 4.
Okay, all right.
Bobby Lashley, number 3.
Good, fine.
And here's the challenge, guys. Weigh in out there if you can.
Roman over
Roman Reigns, Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Did PWI get this right? They get it wrong.
Wow. This is so difficult. Back in the day, a world champion who went into other areas and held their belts too, we would have been like, this is by far the most dominant wrestler in the world.
Yes.
It's funny how it's changed because, let's face it, those other belts really don't mean that much, the ones that Kenny was holding. I will tip my cap to AAA. I always will do that when it comes to Mexico. I do, recognize that. That's a serious title, being AAA mega champion over in Mexico.
So you agree?
But when he's holding the TNA title, I don't think it really means that much nowadays. I really don't. They have no ratings. I don't even know where the damn show is half the time. People are like, where is it?
Fair enough.
The NWA is shriveled, to almost nothing. MLW is another small, modest thing. Ring of Honor, as legendary as they are, I give them so much props. Their title doesn't mean as much as it probably should. This is a tough one for me.
For me, again, I'm a WWE guy. I get it. But when I think of the world champion, the best in the world, the first guy that comes to my mind is Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I understand Omega travels, and I understand Omega's got probably a crazy or a funner schedule.
Sick. Yeah.
But Roman Reigns is the man.
If Roman Reigns wasn't going to be number 1 this year, when the hell is he going to
Let's play hypothetical.
As far as his heel run.
But let's
play. They're waiting for next year?
Let's play hypothetical.
Yeah.
I'm Vince. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give the fans what they want. Let's work with AEW a little bit. Let's do a super card. Roman Reigns, Kenny Omega.
Wow.
Does Khan bow down and say Reigns wins the match.
Neither of them will win the match. It's going to be just like it always used to be: double DQ, double count out.
But I'm going to say
Harley Race,
Vince
Bob
says
Bob
the
Backlund,
con.
Nick Bockwinkel.
Vince says the con. The only way this is going to happen is Reigns beats Omega.
Khan's not doing it. Say,
Wow.
you, Khan would say, go f yourself.
Wow.
He's a multimillionaire too. He doesn't have to do anything Vince wants. I mean, and I'm not defending that decision, you know. To me, in this past year, I think I would give the edge to Roman Reigns, but that's because of caliber of competition. Always, you know, the WWE champion. By the way, folks.